What's up? Welcome to Walks of Life podcast, and we are the hosts. My name is Naja.
My name is Promise.
And this is not my friend.
This is not my sister,
My kin,
not my twin,
or my cousin.
this is the love of my life.
And this is my wife. So, we've been wanting to do this video for a little bit now. And as the title says, basically the transition from teen to your 20s. Like, yeah. So if you're here, I'm assuming you're in your 20s or you're about to enter into your 20s. So you just want to hear a little scoop. So
One thing to know when you're transitioning from your teens to your 20s is that, you're changing. Your look is going to change. And the things that used to work for you in high school, and not even just your looks, but how you act, the things that used to work for you, or like settings that used to work for you, it may not work for you, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just growing and maturing. You're evolving. When you're evolving, you always go through that little stage where you just like, okay, this is not for me anymore. So you may have to, experiment with more clothes. You may have to experiment. Like I used to like wearing long nails, and I used to have my big, huge hoops on and stuff in high school, and I used to rock my braids and stuff like that. And this is totally like, I would wear my natural hair, but it would never be cut like this. So one of the things is you're gonna, probably feel like you're gonna have to readjust to your look, readjust to this new, the new body, the new face. You growing, you know what I'm saying? But that's one of the things that you have to definitely, find your way into, groove it. It's always changing.
And I don't know about y'all, but when I transitioned from like graduating high school, it kind of felt like I had to figure out everything for myself. Maybe you may have some parents and family that may be really supportive. I'm not saying that my family didn't support, but it was kind of like, okay, you 18 now, or like you graduated now, you need to take care of this, and this. And I think at the time it felt a little overwhelming because I was still feeling like, dang, I'm still like learning. I'm new to this. I'm a kid. And it was kind of like, I had to figure out all these, different things by myself. If you want to be like an entrepreneur, or you want to post your YouTube videos and stuff like that, or just do anything that you're not going to see like some quick income on, just know that, everybody might not agree with that. Like what me and my wife is doing, we doing YouTube. So right now we're not really getting that instant money, but we know at the end of the day it's going to be worth it. So yeah, you may have a little pressure from that, but understand that, you have to do what's best for you. When you're in your 20s, you're supposed to sometimes slip up, get back up, fall down, get back up. You're learning. But you may, experience a little pressure from family because they may not see you, they just want the best for you. But understand that only you know for sure, and obviously God, what you need to do and what you feel in your heart.
Thing too, I agree with everything that was said, for real, because it's just like when you're in your 20s, it's like this, this pressure on you just to have everything. Definitely, I know I got told like it scares me. I was literally like just graduated from school, high school, and somebody told me it scares me that you don't know what you want to do with your life. And to me that was kind of like, it just took me aback because like, dang, I just came into this world. Oh, and if you move in, with your person, or if you move in with by yourself, just know that it's a whole transition. Like adult life plus teen life is two different lifestyles, man. You may start feeling like you may just feel a little like, you may have your moments where you feel down and stuff about things. It's a transition. You're not used to this new responsibilities. It's new responsibilities. You have to make your own This is obvious, but I might as well say it. You have to make your own doctor's appointments, your dentist appointments. So just try to be on that stuff for you. That's a part of self-love. So just be on it. Don't let it just, you're so used to letting your mom or whoever did your appointments or stuff get grounded on making yourself your responsibility, because it's different now. Your faith, like a lot of times when you're younger, you may have a grandparent, you may have a mother, you may have a brother, a cousin, a father who take you to church. But in your 20s and in your teens and younger years too, but I'm just saying, like, if you're so used to just be only going to church because of somebody in your household is telling you to do, make it your business to have a personal relationship with God. I promise you, it makes all the difference. Like, literally, when I was younger, my grandparents, they used to take me to church, and that was like the seed for, me having this relationship with God. And at that time, I wasn't so enthusiastic about going to church, but as I got older, or as I just started to grow and evolve, I just started to have my own personal relationship with God, and it just makes all the difference. You get to know God's character, and you can just see the way God moves in your life when you have that personal relationship. You can be sensitive to things, and I'll just definitely say that, like, have a personal relationship with God. It'll help you. That's one of the best advice you can get in your 20s. any age really.
Take being in your 20s to the head, you know, that you just so grown and you too cool for school. Like, you know what I'm saying? In your 20s, you're still young. You just left your teens. So don't be so caught up in that adult life where I gotta handle these bills and I gotta go work. Make sure you're still having fun at the same time. You can still handle your business, but still have fun. Don't carry all of that on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still fresh and new to this. I will also say just try to have a lot of patience with yourself. You are learning. I feel like your parents and family, they may expect you to be up here, but they gotta understand that they were once at your point and you're not at their point. It's an age gap in between that. You know what I'm saying? So just be real patient with yourself. Don't beat yourself up about everything. You're gonna make some mistakes, but you're also gonna take some wins. And really, it ain't no mistakes because you need those quote unquote L's to learn. That helps you. Definitely just get engraved and trying to love yourself in a certain kind of way, because like my wife said, you're going to be a totally different person. You won't even think, you know what I'm saying, 9 times out of 10 you might not even think the same. Certain things might not fit you. Like when I was a teenager, I loved my curly hair. I had my big curly hair and my little turbans, and I remember like as I got older I tried it on again, and it just wasn't fitting. It wasn't for me. And it may take some time. I think at one point I remember I really didn't know what I liked. I was kind of like, I was new to it. I was just putting on stuff and it didn't really feel like me. So you may go through like a little awkward point where it's like, it's not really giving you, but you just, you know, you're trying to figure it out. But if you just keep on going and going, eventually you're gonna find, okay, what's for me, and then you're gonna be more confident. It's just, but yeah, you may got that little awkward point. Because I remember when I was younger, I was a teenager, I feel like I had, you know, some confidence. I did, you know, I had a little more confidence. Obviously, you know, I had my moments, but I think, yeah, as I got older, it's a totally new chapter. And I say just get out and try new things too. Try not to stay in your bubble. This is your time to just go ahead and expand. Maybe even meet some different friends. You know, it's cool to keep your high school friends if y'all cool, but maybe trying to meet some other people too. Because you're in a new chapter. Maybe throw away some old clothes. Like me and my wife, we've been talking about throwing away some clothes that we've had since high school, or just like old clothes. This is a new you. Like, view your 20s as like, okay, I'm gonna reinvent myself, you know?
To piggyback off of that, like as far as throwing out your old clothes, it carries like, it's real spiritual. It's like, it's energy on that old stuff for real. I say, like, I still yet to do it, but try to clean out your camera rolls and stuff. Try not to hold on too much to your past. I feel like sometimes what can hinder growth is that, oh, what is this person gonna think about me? You know, I got my high school friends on my social media, and I'm trying to be this friends on my social media, and I'm trying to be this version of myself, but you know, they gonna judge me. So I say in your 20s, just be unapologetically you and not have to care what anybody has to say about you. You know, you only got one life. Once it's done, ain't no coming back. So I just say, like, spend a lot of time with God and yourself to figure out what's your thoughts. You know, a lot of times we may have like outside noises inside of our head, not wondering where it's coming from, why we feeling less worthy, why we feeling like we're not enough, why we feel like we're not beautiful enough. And it's because of like, it could be outside noises. So just try to get like grounded in how you feel, and get grounded in just, you know, get to know yourself better. You know, try to give yourself that time, that love, put yourself first, and you're gonna go far. Trust it. You know, I feel like you have to have patience. Like my wife said, you have to trust goes a long way. Like, think of yourself like a caterpillar. A caterpillar has its stages. You start a caterpillar, you got your cocoon, turn a butterfly. What? You may be at different stages in different points of your life. So it may be times where you may have to hibernate, you may have to be in that cocoon. It may be times where you're that caterpillar. It may be times where you gotta spread your wings and fly. So, you know, don't be trying to be so, you know, have it all figured out. It's 40-year-olds out there that don't have it all figured out.
I want to say, take some risks. Take some risks. And don't worry about if somebody call you crazy. If somebody's calling you crazy, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? If nobody's not calling you crazy, that means it's not really a risk. You know what I'm saying? A risk is seen as crazy. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Rather you take them risks now in your 20s before you in your 30s and 40s, and then life kind of got to you and your thinking has changed. You know what I'm saying? Do it while, you know what I'm saying? Do it now. Just take a chance. Take some risks. One of the risks that me and my wife did, I believe I was 20, he was 19. We lived out of the car for a month. We felt like God was leading us to do it. And we moved to a whole different state. It was see-through windows, and it was I wouldn't trade that in for like nothing else. Like that was one of the best experiences that I had. It strengthened my faith in God. It showed me what I'm really capable of. I definitely got out my shell and my comfort zone in a certain kind of way, and I just seen God moving my life in a certain kind of way. So definitely do that. Like, you know, you don't want to be like 90 years old, 70 years old, and you really can't say that you really did something like really real exciting or real, you know what I'm saying, like you took that chance, that risk. Like, this is your life, this is your movie, this is your book, this your video game, whatever you want to call it. So just make it the best that you can make it. And yeah.
In Charlotte, when we went to Charlotte, y'all, for that month, it definitely felt like we was our main characters. Like, we was living in our life story. Like, and I'll say treat every day as like a new canvas. Like, don't hold on too much of your past yesterday. I just feel like the beauty of a new day is that it's a chance to be better. It's a chance to be kinder. It's a chance to be more loving. It's a chance to forgive yourself. A lot of times, try to forgive yourself for things. I feel like a lot of times they tell you to forgive other people. But a lot of times we don't forgive ourselves for stuff we do. Don't hold on to things. You know, you can't, you know, you don't want to have a bitter heart towards nobody else and towards yourself. I feel like that's one of the important things. Don't harness onto bitterness. Try to let things go, and it's for you. You know, it's not always for, and for God too. God says forgive. So,
and don't try to hold on to people that you know y'all not really clicking no more. Like, if you know like something is different in y'all bond, like maybe it's somebody from high school, like trust me, like it's okay. Like sometimes you grow apart, and you don't want nobody to be, you know what I'm saying, kind of just like staying with you because y'all got history. Like, y'all friends because y'all got history. Like, no, pray. You know, me and my wife both did a prayer, like, God, if it's anybody in our life that's not supposed to be there, I pray you remove them. And they got removed. Because high school, you know, y'all only together because y'all are forced to be together in high school. You're forced to be in a class together and all that type of things. You know what I'm saying? But in life, you're not forced to do that. So I feel like bonds can be formed more organically versus like, okay, we end up being friends because we got the same class.
I don't know who's watching this, if y'all journal or not too, but I say journal. Definitely journal about your life, what's going on in your life right now, because it's going to help in the future. You can look back, see where your mind state was, see how much you've grown. One thing I say is like always aim to, you know, to grow and be the best version of yourself, but never forget to look back sometimes and just see how far you came. Like, and be proud of you know, be proud of yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't knock yourself down. Don't judge. I mean, don't joke about yourself like in a negative way. It's so much power in your, you know, life. The power of life and death is on your tongue. You may think, oh, it's a little joke. No, that's doing something to you. You planting a seed of negativity, a seed of death, you know, on you, you know. So it's just like, you don't want to talk bad about yourself for real. Like, it's not, you definitely don't want to do that.
And it's okay to be living with your mom. Like, don't be trying to rush out, oh, I'm grown now, I'm about to get out. Like, it's literally okay. It's so many people that move back in with their moms, and now they're like wealthy, like millionaires. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world. It's no shame in it. It don't need to be no rush, especially if your mom or your dad is open to it. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing, you know. Because I know for me, I kind of got my own place pretty soon, and it was a bit much on me. It kind of felt like, dang, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say I wasn't ready, because whatever God give me, I know that means I'm ready for it. But it just showed me that maybe I don't have to be in this stage in my life right now too soon. You know what I'm saying? And when I moved back in with my mom, I felt like it benefited me in so many ways. I was able to be around family more and kind of just like get grounded more, and it took some stress off of me, you know what I'm saying, because it's like I'm still young, I'm still learning. I don't know if y'all know Mr. Beast, but he was living with his mom like for a good minute until like his YouTube started to really like kick off, and then he was able to move out.
And it's a beautiful thing. It give you a chance to get closer with family. It give you a chance to not be so caught up on life. You know, sometimes it can seem like life is a little bit too much on you, it's suffocating you. It's like a breath of fresh air. You know, I'm not saying everything don't come with something. You know what I'm saying? That's everything. Not to say you're not going to have moments where you feel more up, moments where you feel more down. But in all, it's better than just, you know, putting something on yourself that you just know that you're just not quite ready for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Take your time to grow. Don't try to feel like you got to rush it. And don't try to prove nothing to others. As long as you know in your heart and you know what God is calling you to be. Oh, that's one thing I'll say too. But if you feel it in your spirit that you're big and that God has some big plans for you, no matter what it looks like. I don't care, no matter what it looks like. You got $0 in your account right now, and you could even be homeless right now. I don't know what you're going through, but if you trust God and you feel it in your spirit, just know that, you know, it's real. You know, the spiritual realm is way more real than the physical realm. So I don't know who's feeling like they big. I don't know who feeling like they got some God got some plans for you. I promise you, like that scripture say, God got plans to give you a hope and a future, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, and hold on to that no matter what it looks like. I promise you.
Period.
Like we was reading this book, the Robin book, Whitney and Robin and stuff, and they had a chapter in a book where they were just talking about like Robin, she believed in Whitney, so she wanted to help her get to where she was, you know, going to be in life. And her parents was just like, you really think she gonna be big? And Robin, she just stood firm on that, and it didn't look like it. You know what I'm saying? They barely had any money and stuff, but look at where Whitney, you know, what Whitney did and what God called her to be. So I say definitely trust the Lord, you know. Walk by faith, not by sight.
Just live and have fun, man. Have fun. You only be in your 20s once. You only get your 20s once. You only gonna be in your 20-year-old body once. So you better go ahead and go have some fun. Just go live some life. Like, I'm really talking to myself too, y'all. Like, don't be in the house too much. Go get out, y'all. Like, you
Sometimes
know,
you gotta say F it.
People always say, man, them 20s, them times, them golden times. So, I mean, any time can be your golden time, but I just know it's something probably about them 20s though. So, yeah.
And I say cherish, no, for real though. Definitely, you only turn 21. You know, we only gonna be 20. I'm 21, 22. Ain't never gonna be these ages again. And you know, we just living life. And I say cherish the people you love. That's a big one too. Like, everybody is not here forever. So when you got somebody in your life, you got people in your life that you love, cherish them. Tell them how much they mean to you, why they're here. Don't wait for them to be gone. Don't be ashamed to give somebody their flowers while they still here, literally and figuratively. Let the people you know love them and how much they mean to you. You don't know who needs to hear it, who may be going, and check on people that's even happy. Like people that look like they happy all the time, they got a smile on their face. You never know. It was times where I was down and you would never know. I just say like, check on those people, even if they do seem okay. You know, check on them. Ask them, is they okay? You know, do some act of kindness out of nowhere for them without them asking. Like, cherish these people. Tell the people you love them. Don't try to hold on to them grudges, because like, what is that worth? Like, you know, me and my wife, we may have our moments and stuff like that. We may need our own personal time to get up, you know, get over things. But I feel like we just, you know, we hold on and we grasp onto the fact that I love you, you love me. I don't want to be with nobody else. You don't want to be with nobody else.
But just don't compare yourself. Your story is your story. Their story is their story. Just because somebody got there quicker don't mean that, you know, it's something wrong with you. It's not even about quicker. You know, it's going to be at your perfect timing. Everything's going to happen at your perfect pace and timing. What helps me focus on myself is when I kind of cut down on social media and I'm not too much on there. Because when you on social media, you really just looking at somebody else's life. For real. So when you kind of just cut that out and just focus on you, you're gonna feel so much better. Like, just zone out on you. Don't worry about what nobody else doing. Oh, they just got this, or they just this, or they doing this. They got this degree, or they got this car. It's okay. That's their life. You know what I'm saying? God has a beautiful plan just for you. So just focus on that. Okay.
I say spend a lot of time doing what you love to do. If that's hair, that's music, that's drawing, that's running, that's walking. I don't know what you love to do, but if you love to do it, spend as much time as you can. Find something that you love to do without getting paid for it, and just do that, you know. And I would just say, adding on to what my wife said about not comparing yourself to others, you don't know what cards they've been dealt with. You don't know what they started out with. You don't know if they got a mom that got money, they got a dad that got money. You don't know what type of predicament they was in. And you know, y'all could be in two different predicaments. You know, you could be, you know, come from a family that may have, like, you know, less income at the time, and they may come from a family where, you know, they may have, you know, just be working with two different things. So you just never know what type of cards. You know, it's just like Uno. You know, you got different cards that's dealt. You know, work with your cards and don't be trying to pay attention to somebody else's hand.
And things is not always what it seems. Like, some of these people, like, they renting their cars or they in Airbnbs. You know what I'm saying? You may think, oh, okay, they got it going on, but they renting it. So that's why it's really important not to be comparing. Because you don't know what they got going on. You don't know what somebody did to get what they did. Somebody could have slept with somebody to get that car, to get that bag. You know what I'm saying?
Could have sold they sold.
It's a lot of things. Or they got all them things, but they just miserable. They just not happy, and you want to be where they at so bad. But trust me, like, if you seen their cards, you will keep your cards. Okay?
Like, yeah, everybody put their problems. It's a saying that would be saying, if everybody put their problems in one big circle, you grab your problems real quick. And don't forget that when you want certain things, it's going to come with some sort of, you know, before the breakthrough, something we have learned, it comes with a sacrifice before. If you want to be probably more successful, it may come with you sacrificing time to just do what you want to do. If you want to do what you want to do, it may have to sacrifice having some money for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So just know that sometimes in life you will have to make sacrifices, but it's okay. You know, live your life with no regrets. Do what you want to do. It's your life. This is your story. And, you know, make it your best story, for real, you know. Yeah, and don't, you know, remember, too, that things sometimes can be right in front of your face. Like, literally, the love of my life was, you know, turned out, she was my close friend at first, so. Yeah, she was my close friend. She was my close friend at first, and you know, I didn't know that we would be, you know, together. Sometimes some things will be right in front of your face. Like, don't go chasing waterfalls. But literally, things may be right in front of you where you don't even have no clue.
And if you're in a relationship in your 20s, you're going to have to be patient. I'm sorry. And I'm speaking for whoever. I don't care who you is. You're going to have to be patient. Y'all still young. Y'all still learning. You don't even know who you really is yet. They don't know who they really is yet. If anything, I mean, unless you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you got to get with this person, I say try to probably just be single for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Only because that's a time where you should be finding and learning yourself. Now, if you feel like me and my bae case, where you know it's meant to be, look on YouTube and see wise couples, older couples. They'll tell you all the time, oh, we was young, we was going at it, but now we, you know what I'm saying, we're so much better now. It's a process. You have to grow.
Don't forget to say your affirmations. Tell yourself you love yourself. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're doing your thing. You can be your biggest cheerleader and your biggest supporter. Sometimes you ain't gonna hear you beautiful from somebody else. Sometimes you're not gonna hear stop waiting for outside validation. Sometimes that may never come. You just know in your heart who you is and what you bring in, who you are, for real. No matter if somebody's coming up to tell you that you're beautiful or not, just trust in yourself. Know that you're beautiful for you. Don't look for outside validation, because it could really mean, it could, you know, ain't no reason to give a care about what somebody else feel about you, you know? So, yeah, I just say know who you are in your heart and love on yourself.
Keep God first.
Yes.
Keep God first in everything that you do. And you're going to be all right. That's one of the best things we can ever tell y'all is to keep God first.
Yes, in your relationship, your family, your person, whoever, and stay prayed up.
All right, y'all. So if you really like this video, I would suggest that you go ahead and subscribe, because we're going to be posting real consistently, and we just got plenty of gems.
Yes.
21 and 22, but God has showed us so many lessons and gems, so we got some things to say. Leave a comment.
And then the last thing, love out loud, be freely, love who you with, love out loud. I'm gonna just say that, love out loud. I'm talking to myself, you know, I can even love out loud even more. So just, I don't know if you somebody with the same sex or you just somebody with, I don't know, but just love out loud. You know, the world needs that. Just love, be you, you know.
It's only one you, and it's empowering you just being you.
Okay, it'll never be another.
All right, y'all.
All right, bye, y'all. Peace.